Such a splendid city, that's Shanghai. Relatively new. Do you know? I think it was 1993. The Pearl TV tower went up, the one with the two balls. Didn't actually mean to say it that way, but you know the one I mean.
Yeah.
The tall, skinny thing with two balls. Okay.
Yeah.
That whole side was just like trees, and now in 2019, it's like one of the most populated sky rises in the world with the most amount of skyscrapers. Second tallest building in the world, obviously Shanghai Tower there now. And if you go to the Shanghai Tower, they have a time lapse of all the buildings being built, and it's just like Pearl. Well, it's like fishing docks. They go all the way back, but then it's like the Pearl Tower, nothing, boom, everything. It's like what? So this whole city's kind of new and modern. It's kind of cool.
I can't wait to see it in the day. It was a little dark out in the taxi.
It's true.
So
there's a lot of lights here, though. It's not that dark.
I'll get back to you tomorrow with my opinion.
LEDs and some flashing and excitement. It's like an amusement park.
Do you expect there to be more or less excitement in this next map compared to the Skylines?
I think
Shanghai?
more. You've got dust2 coming up. You've got ZywOo. You've got a French team. You've got Gobby and Big. This is going to be a fun game. I think this could have all kinds of explosion on it.
I think Vitality are going to tear right through them.
All right, then.
I feel this way.
Thanks for giving us something to work with there.
I feel this way because of, first of all, ZywOo, and secondly, ZywOo again. But on top of it, we had Apex and NBK, I think, coming to life in certain key moments of that last map that just makes me feel and solidifies my opinion that like Vitality are just more on point at the moment. You know, Big haven't gotten the ball rolling, and that's unfortunate for them because they did seem to outclassed in the second half of Overpass. It looked so promising, 8-7 after their initial T side. You'd think you'd switch and have the easier of the two jobs, but that was not the case. They'll find themselves on the offense to begin this map as well. And Vitality will quickly throw some numbers over towards Long, where sure enough, Big have brought the bomb. Tabson leads the charge, and off of the flashbang, tries to peek out. There's that counter flash, though. And as RPK looks to lock down the doors, his teammate, caught out in the open, has to give him a little bit of space, but they're so good at just snapping back the heads. There you have it. 3 kills. Looking for the 4th one. They'll find it. It's a complete collapse on long doors for Big. That spells disaster. Santera's going to be flanked as well. Poor guy never had a chance. And the pistol belongs to Vitality.
That's a good sign for Vitality. Remember, they did not win either of the pistols on Overpass. So starting off on a better foot forward, see if they can convert. Lots of range to cover on dust2, so you don't necessarily want to commit to SMGs. They have done so, I dare say, with 3 of them, but they do still have a FAMAS and a Scout. On the opposing side, no bomb plant, no money. No need to get greedy. They'll keep it on the Glocks. 1 P250 picked up for Tabson because that's Tabson, and he likes to do things like that. I'll allow it because I'm a good dad.
Dadicist.
That's my dad's username, yes.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it totally is.
My dad can't figure out the internet.
Oh, well. Mine has.
Oh, Alex. There's that off chance he just takes a bunch of Glock shots to the face, but no, he'll get back. Put down the Molotov as ZywOo puts down the lead. Picking himself up a couple kills, dropping the bomb in the process. So the conversion round looking all right, but this Deagle makes it a little dangerous, and so do these dinks. Apex takes some substantial damage, but he also takes a couple lives with him as Vitality take a couple rounds.
They will indeed, so converted, and still without a bomb plant, they'll be sitting on the range of AK-47s. No AWP available, $50 shy of bringing it out. Not that I think that they would have in round 3. To go glass cannon, T-side, not necessarily required.
What is this?
There's 1 AK and then a full utility buy? Okay.
Some Deagles sprinkled in there?
I guess they want to get to a full gun round. They want to try and get to the AWP sooner. I'm surprised they didn't just go in on this. And okay, sure. I thought they'd let the bonus do more of its own work, but they want to play...
Let's play some games.
Well, potentially give up 3 rounds, but then be in a position to try and shut it down on round 5. Whereas if you lose now on the bye, you give up 4-0 no matter what. So I understand the mindset, but it's an interesting call. It's a Gobby call for sure. He's done some money and math craft on this one. Do you remember Math Blaster?
No.
Oh, yeah, you're pretty young, aren't you?
A few years younger.
Yeah, it was like a little video game where it was like 2D and you had to do math to beat it. It was like
games when I grew up.
homework in disguise.
Games when I grew up were just fun.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool, man.
They took out the numbers and added guns.
Yeah. Well, back when I was a kid, I had to walk uphill both ways to school, all right? So,
back in my day.
Yeah.
You're not that old, Matt.
You'd be surprised. It's actually, today marks the 1-year anniversary from my stream. So this is my Twitch stream this year. And tomorrow or today in Shanghai time, I'm actually Dirty 30. I am 3 decades old. And, probably going to call it there. So thanks, everyone. It's been fun. We'll see ya.
Well, I'm happy to
somewhere
be
else.
I guess I'm the lucky one that gets to finish this ride with you.
Yeah. Been something.
Let's get weird.
Let's go. Wow. Don't have to tempt me with a good time.
We got the Molotovs. It's not going to displace anybody, but okay. Hell of a dink. That AK is yet to fire off, and the bomb plant seems to be free for it. This is an interesting situation. We've got Apex trying to throw himself into it, but the bomb is down. Take note of that as he dishes out the damage, and the CTs flood forward. The kills come in, but Nex responds. That AK is working wonders for the moment. Look at the damage. So substantial across the entirety of Vitality. But 3 of them walk away with their lives.
They will, and they'll get the defuse as well to make it 3-0. So far, your plan going, or your prediction, I should say, going to fruition, as they'll find AKs, FAMAS, and an AUG. That's all fine. The AK important for ZywOo. Now see if he transfers that over and goes for the AWP directly, because as we know, they play with a single AK-47. It nearly worked out, but that entails that they will have an AWP no matter what, and I think that needs to be red, or should be red. Yeah, and it will be. Alex will swap with ZywOo. And which spawn? He's got a long spawn. Long spawn and a huge B spawn on big side, by the way.
How many do they throw? Just 2.
Yeah, it's not like they can go aggressive, though. So basically, they have to concede the fact that they can't opt battle long without utility. Oh, we're going to have a stop. I see a lot of people not moving.
Ooh, this changes the spawns.
It does. That's a good point. Yeah, very good point.
Let's see if that changes actually anything, or if we play to the same game plan. It always pains me a little bit to see Tabson with an AWP in his hands. I do mirror the sentiment that we had unfolding on the desk, that when he was their primary rifler and Smooya was working that magic stick, that's where I just was such a Tabson fan. And although he is still a fantastic player in all facets, I do feel like the AWP maybe bogs him down a little, which is unfortunate, but a reality of their new roster. And I don't want to take anything away from him because, let's be real, the guy is one of the biggest pieces of talent here for Big.
You say that like he's a chunk of meat. He's one of the biggest pieces of talent. Get him, Tiger.
Grade A.
Yeah, well, it's true. There's no doubt about that. Lots of talent here this weekend. I liked Simple's tweet that he put out not too many hours ago.
What was that?
Just basically saying that it's Valve's game and they can do what they want. Shut up and adapt. Don't cry about it.
But Vertigo.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know.
Have you played it?
yeah, once or twice. Lots of things you can do to exploit, though. I mean,
that is true.
Let's just rush spawn, or hey, why don't we strafe jump down the side here and use mechanics to get back in the level below me? Like,
as much as I don't like the map, I do like the mentality that Simple is kind of putting forward.
There's a lot of texture issues. Yeah, I like the mentality.
I like the mentality
that Simple's putting forward. A lot of texture issues so far on Vertigo. Couple little spots. You can be cheeky, jump off the drywall, back on top of the generator, the aircon, or whatever it is on the B-bomb site. You can see the entrance from dumpster. Look, I'm making up calls right now because I don't even know what they are.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I seriously don't know
I
the
have
calls
no
yet.
clue.
I'm going to have to go figure those out.
Oy, oy, oy. All right, back into the action. That AWP of ZywOo is not aggressively positioned on long because he didn't have the furthermost spawn. But Big still work out towards the doors, and he's successful in his endeavor. Down goes Tizian early. And Big, well, they have 0 map control. They all went for long, so that's all they're going to have. Handfuls of it. But they'll have their hands full once they arrive. It's still ZywOo with eyes pried down long, waiting. And just as he starts to move, this is when they could very well burst. You can see the smokes popping at the very moment. He's drawn back into cover, will hide behind the boxes, and RPK's here to support. Who gets this opening, though? Because Big, if they can get another bomb plant down, we saw how close it got them with just the plant alone.
ZywOo on top of the site, but being swarmed. AWP in a very tough position. Love this wall of smoke setup thrown out by Big. Again, the theory is always there, but they can't do anything with the plant. They haven't pushed through. And if they did, they might have run into the AWP alone. The problem is they allowed Gandalf to be taken by 2 rifles, and that is menacing. Bomb still not planted, and down yet further, although pulled back as Tabson finds Alex. RPK, all to do. Both lined up as well. Single on the first, low HP on the second. Gobby's got the Krieg, but he's down already, and it's 4-0 for Vitality.
There we go. RPK coming to life. And this is nice because he was at the bottom of that scoreboard on Overpass. Was never really needed. Was getting team stabbed at times, you know, playing off the back foot, but already...
Yeah, that was their motivation. They were spanking him.
Yeah, already up there with ZywOo this time. You know, 6 and 7 frags apiece between RPK and the Opper, who did a really good job, I think, of actually trying to deal with that incredible wall of smokes. I mean, it was such a massive wall of smokes that it completely countered his sniper, not able to get any of those big players, but at the same time, I do feel like it made Big hesitant in a way. Bomb was sat down on the other side of smoke, they had goose control, and ramp was fully in the hands of Big, but they just didn't know how to take that one step further, that necessary step of clearing and planting the bomb.
Double drop down CT as they want to rotate back through. They do catch off Gob B, but they're a little bit late to the party. Catching him from middle, but the damage done. Good communication. Nade came out from B in the hands of Apex to get the kill. ZywOo's going to add to that by getting Tabson, and every plan that Big throw at them, despite that I really enjoyed that wall of smoke on the A site, it's just being countered and completely thwarted again, even when they try and adapt and run back toward A in a panic. Spotted fading through the smoke, bomb down. Just on next to try and win this out.
What chances you really have with no bomb in a MAC-10? Not even a flashbang to try and pop himself through doors.
Well, that's just it. There's 2 people on the other side of the doors staring at his backside right now.
Hate to say it, but he is doomed. And even if he gets the fight that he's most prepared for, I mean, MAC-10 to the top of mid, best of luck. So to no surprise, he dies. Vitality take 5. And only lose 2 members in the midst of this. But it's a multifaceted Big so far. You know, we've got this interesting wall of smokes on the A site. This time we've got Gob B giving them the slippery noodle down past CT spawn, trying to get in behind them. Even with 3 players from Big out in mid, they got stuck. You know, they came to a grinding halt, just like they did on the other side of that wall of smokes. The first steps are there, but the toddler keeps tumbling.
Flash and op shot. ZywOo again trying to win out that position at long. This time against the Pistols, there will be no fight to be had. In fact, it goes back toward middle. Middle to Cats. Cat covered off because it's the standard. It's not the swing from CT, but it is Goose from Alex and the op at the car. That's the key. No matter what you throw at ZywOo, he's got a backup plan this time. Smoke deep. Potential to run it a little bit further. No counter utility, no nade thrown to Catwalk. It'd be pretty punishing without armor on 3 players right now. Oh, look at this execution. Careful, Gob-B. That smoke's fading. He's just sitting in the open, but they get the corner smoke down. That's crucial because it takes away ZywOo's vision. He's forced to push further back. Oh, but he gets the Molotov out in time, and the op drawn takes down yet another just when it looked like they had something in it. They even knew to check Goose. They had the setup red. Oh, they still get covered off, and now problems ensue because bomb still can't be planted and will not be. It's 6-0, and we've not had a bomb plant yet, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me, we had 1. We've had 1 bomb plant so far.
Yeah, I feel like that one could have been certainly put down as well had it not been for ZywOo burning one to a crisp. Had it not been to the follow-up op shot, and then when the bomb does get retrieved, that player with Deeg in hand is just so preoccupied with the fact that Vitality have swarmed the bomb site. I mean, you could say that the bomb is almost as close to being planted this time as it was when they were stuck behind their very own wall of smokes. So the openings have been there, but faster than chances open. Doors closed, Vitality swarming all over, and this time they come out into the round with a different look. 2 players fast cat to boost ZywOo with eyes prying down lower tunnels. This also allows Apex to walk up mid, and unfortunately for him, he'll lose his head. 5v4 to the favor of Big, and they can just sit back for the moment. They're going to re-aggress down long, and RPK just saw Tabson get behind the box.
Ooh-wee.
Loses the duel, though.
Finally, something going Big's way, and patience pays off as Antares waits for the response. Alex has to push out from middle. It's down to a 5-on-2. This round should be done. Going in the way of Big. Double op setup. I'm going to say that that's all but done at this point. Mind you, bombs it long. Don't give ZywOo a chance at it. And that's exactly what their intent is as they slow things down. Grouping up, both in middle. Double op, as mentioned, to try and hold this off. No matter what they do, they pretty much have to get 2 picks before they get to the site and get very fortunate in their timing. Which bomb still over toward A? I don't think it's going to happen.
No, they're just going to hold hands in the back of the bomb site and hope to fight another day. So, like you said, I think you said it best, actually. Patience pays off. Not just once, but multiple times in this round. Got B catching Apex's aggression up mid-ramp. We had Tabson wide swinging into RPK, which I think is a bit of a pivot kill. You know, if RPK gets the best of the AWPer, he finds himself in pit. It cuts off that avenue that Big very easily used to get to the A site. And maybe Xantares is even drawn forward before Alex dies in lower tons. So there was multiple chances. Multiple chances indeed, none of which capitalized upon.
You could even argue that Alex wouldn't even need to go tons at that point.
Yep.
He wouldn't need to be aggressive to catch them out. So
Just getting
saving
desperate.
ops. Saving some ops. Not going to happen so easily. Not for MBK, at least. They know he's in there.
But it's ZywOo. One.
Oh my. Thought he was going to get a crack at it.
Had a chance, had the shot. Not the kill. 6-1, Big finally on the board. It takes 7 rounds, but they're there. GG Bet live odds. Skewered, and understandably so.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just how they go. Imiti. Yeah, they are live odds. That's the cool thing about GG Bet. They've got them shifting as you go throughout the game, making things a lot more fun and dynamic. Tabson trying to be dynamic with his AWP, drops to suicide, doesn't spot the 2 crossing, given the smoke is down. So formerly, this would be known as a reset round. Now it's known as 1 round off of the reset. I don't know what we're going to have to come up with a name.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was about to
Just
ask
a loss.
if you'd thought
It's
one
just
yet.
It's just a loss. It's -1.
But we need labels, Matt.
Do we? I feel like society has enough labels in 2019. Do we need more pronouns?
No.
Okay. You must construct additional pronouns. You require more Vespine gas.
You StarCraft player?
Not really.
I didn't take you for one.
Nah. I played a little bit in like the 5-minute free trial, and that was about it.
Yeah, the single player is great. Multiplayer, well,
It's a cool game.
They're really good.
I just don't. It's never. It wasn't my cup of tea at the time, which I would have wanted to get into it, and then I never went back to it.
wow.
ZywOo just spotting Xantares through the smoke. Star-studded battle that goes only one way. ZywOo, he's got lots to play with on top of the site. Finds a third as well. Flashed in by RPK. Finally, Tabson has an answer. That's going to be followed by Nex, and even still they have more because looking down towards CT, Nex has a chance in this. Nearly they spotted it out to make this a 2-on-2 as the op was staring to CT, but bomb to be playing at 21 seconds, hopes to get it down. Oh my! Has he given it a chance? He has! NBK, get off the second op if you can't hit the shot, my friend. NBK gives Nex the round. It's 6-2.
Oh, what a chance. Comes out through smoke just off the plant. That one bullet is what makes the difference. And instead, Big, they've gotten back another round. Oh, Zai, whoop, whoop, doing his work on the catwalk. Player can't even get through smoke. Like, for the amount of chances that ZywOo takes away, NBK kind of gives them back.
Pretty ridiculous shot to catch him jumping back through the smoke as well.
Oh my God, he was airborne.
Look how stoic he is.
You're not supposed to be able to do that.
Well, in fairness, it is still 6-2. Just listening to the reactions of the Imba TV guys.
Yeah.
7 kills for Nex leads the way. 0 for Tizian. 0, 1, and 8. ZywOo has 15. You can read the rest. I don't need to read for you. Unless you're driving in a car, don't look at your screen. Pay attention to the road.
For some people, driving is the biggest responsibility of their lives.
For some people like me, it's the most fun thing I do in my life.
I drive a Civic, so it's not that fun.
That's God. You live in Montreal and you drive a Civic. You are everything I hate in the world. Good thing they banned lowered cars in Quebec.
It's not my fault. I'm French.
Oui, oui, mon ami. I'm kidding. I just make fun of Civics. That's normal, right? I came up in like a Volkswagen house
it's
before
all right.
I was a BMW guy, so it's like Volkswagen, Honda, that was like the rivalry.
Look, man, you're a car snob. It's not your fault.
Yeah, totally. No, it's I like banter, cheeky banter. Yeah. Civ Nation, bro. So, pistols for Vitality as a result of that incredible performance by Nex, or lack thereof by NBK. That puts us in a position in which they can now start to gain some momentum in the half. Nex, continuing where he left off, finds RPK. Catwalk as well, so they know that there's something up to no good on that side of the map. Given that he was retreating down Catwalk, they'd already pushed it. They should have expected more pistol presence on the site. Nonetheless, I don't think it will matter, and it won't. Tabson's already got ZywOo, even with the stack, down to a 4 on 1. 5 players left. Could have pulled that off. NBK, the only one.
He just wants that one kill from the B site, but it won't even be given to him. Nex is just going to linger around the site. So, Pistols, they tried for their mid-play. Not the first time we've seen a proactive mid-play as well. Take note, remember we had ZywOo boosted up on Catwalk looking for that lower tunnel kill. In the one round that Big went so passive-aggressive, sat back, and it all paid off. It's how they started this spree now of 3 consecutive rounds. Patience, Nex, and an anti-eco. That is the nature of these 3 wins for the Big Clan. And the buyback is there. We've got it. Vitality back in with the guns. Kits, non-existent. Take note in case the retake gets rolling. We also have Tizian with a kill now. So, all is righteous and good as we hit that 10th round. Let's go towards long. That's where Gabi finds his opening. Good flash assist from Tizian. Putting in the hard work. With a man advantage, we'll see how Big can just take control of this map, or if they even can, because Vitality, they're not going to wait around. They're not going to play too passive. In fact, they get aggressive, get a kill to counter out that opening pick. Now leaving ZywOo alone as we have Big on the B split. NBK, in an attempt to hold them back, has to dodge the Molotov as he loses teammates towards middle. That's going to apply more pressure, not just the flames. And yet, he seems sane. He stays inside the smoke as Alex pushes through one.
It's always the ones you don't expect that are the insane ones that are Connor.
Yeah.
Alex gets the kill. ZywOo with the flash. Gabi going down. Alex get caught out, though, however, and Nex gets the kill in return, keeping the bomb in play. If he went down, it fumbles forward. You find yourself at a 3-on-1. Not much to do for Tabson on an AWP, but now they can open up the map. They are going to do that as well, as it's no AWP, but ZywOo is out toward the car at the very least.
If he had an op, I'd be willing to bet my house that I don't have a house. They don't get past this.
To bet it.
You know, but instead he's going to take that M4 duel, just peppers them back, rattles some rounds down to the catwalk. Tabson has to swap over to a rifle of his own, and as the reload's in, the bomb can go down, but he wants the kill first. And ZywOo, so slippery, just crouches beneath and then gets a little aggressive. Creates that distraction and allows for NBK to this time successfully flank.
Yes, with the AUG, and hits the shot, picks up the EWP after. That is my football, actually. I left that there yesterday.
You mean soccer ball?
Excuse me?
No, I said it for the sake of it. I'm with you on the football.
Yeah.
I figure if I don't play the sport, I can't have an opinion.
It's not hand elbow, hand egg. Yeah, hand egg.
Let's just all agree the worst sport's baseball and move along.
I mean, the worst sport's esports. Hey, controversial.
I like my job.
Me too. I just couldn't think of a better answer at the time, so I thought I'd just say that. Let me get back to you on that one.
All right. ZywOo's not going to wait, though. How about that?
No, he's certainly not. ZywOo's got the shot back. Alex finds Gabi.
And almost another.
Suarez does get it back, though, and that's, Damage done. He goes down to 14. That's going to make things a little bit problematic. ZywOo still wants to flash into long. They want to hold this cave, and oh my goodness, will he ever. Down goes Nex. I'm not a big fan of darts.
Yeah, that's fair.
ZywOo actually just totally tripled that on the round. 4 in total.
Torm
Doesn't miss. Doesn't miss.
21-6. I mean, not a single other player on his team has double digits.
That's actually ridiculous. That's just unreal. He almost has more than everyone on the other team combined. Almost. He has 21, and they have 24. So 3 kills right now, and none going against them. And he leads all fraggers. And I mean, combined on the other team. Tizian. Tabson, both with Deagles, both converging on middle from the respective wings of the map. One coming out from long A, one in the underpass position. Bomb sits with the former mentioned at top. That's Gob B.
No offense, but we've seen this play twice out of big now where they go for that 1 AK. Why isn't it Zantares? Why isn't it Tabson?
Yeah, in this case, I do kind of agree. If you've only got one, you kind of want to... Zantares is the aim star.
Right. Like, why didn't you bring him to this roster for that reason?
I am surprised at how slowly they've been implementing him.
It's like you mentioned at the beginning of this series how when we saw the inclusion of Zantares with Big, it's like the team style changed, not his.
Oh, they admitted to that.
Right. And if you want to include him in the structure, I think like this would be a great round where you throw that structure out the window. This is one of those rounds where you let him be the raid boss and just go off. But it's not my decision.
My only thing that I could think of for that is that maybe the communication's still lacking. We know that he's not the best in English. It's something they've had to work on.
Yeah.
Obviously, Fatih, Gabbi, Turkish backgrounds, speaks Turkish, can work with him in that.
Yeah, certainly
but
helps.
But maybe if they want the AK to be responsive, look, I'm clutching at straws. That's the only thing I can think of.
Oh, this is a dynamic camera. But not that he gets many kills. Alex gonna charge through. Oh, gets 3. Has to tap to the 4th. Sidearm's not gonna cut it. Tabson gets that AK back in his paws, tries to charge into the B-bomb site, and does best Apex. That's the plan, no doubt. But can he go one further? Because they're so hot on his heels. ZywOo comes in alone. This is a bit of a disjointed push, and yet he still gets the job done. There you have it, 9-3.
9-3 indeed. Yeah, Vitality take things back into control immediately after. It looked as though momentum was slipping. There's now lots of money left over, so Gob be immediately onto a Krieg. AWP for Tabson, the rest likely to be AKs. I say that, and then someone will buy like an auto sniper to prove me wrong. This was actually pretty stellar. That's such a menacing position to be in. If you can time it through the smoke, if you can work your way out with just enough of a gap after they've thought, we've done them in there.
Yeah.
Man, you can punish in that position. The other one is obviously the boost up on the Inferno box. You try and look over top and see them above the smoke, the firebox. But if you can push through, that's even better, because then you can fade on your own call. You're not getting utility thrown at you quite so easily. 22 ZywOo. That has a nice ring to it. 22 ZywOo. You're doing the math? I can see
33.
Yeah.
33. On the other team, of course, accumulatively.
Yeah.
Will he best them by the end? Probably not. Because the game might not even get that far if he continues to have his way.
Yeah, I think I said 24 last time.
Yeah, your math was really off.
Yeah,
I didn't say anything.
I just forgot 10. It's, it's kind of because it's my 20th birthday today, right?
Yeah.
So just forgetting 10s all the time.
I'm not here to throw you under the bus. I'm going to go down with you.
No, you're going to drive the bus. I get it. Wow. Driving the bus toward Catwalk. Zantares and Tabson. Tick-tock tab. But who else do they face on the A site other than the man himself? The devil, ZywOo.
Thing is, too, for such a cold-blooded killer in the server.
He's a big, bubbly, hilarious dude. That Freya interviewing him at the major was so funny. No, I don't know. I don't know. No. It's like so good. Smoke down, Incendiary goes the other direction. Covers off the top side of the stairs.
We've seen Alex McMeekin inside of the smoke before. Let players actually walk past before he decides to activate, but now the smoke fades. And he's going to go for the peek. Loses his head for it. Next gets the best of him. Tizian elsewhere is going to win that duel on long, so ZywOo will be pressured from both directions, and he knows it. Oh, he knows it. He welcomes the challenge. He welcomes them in, and even then continuously hits these shots, just keeping up that damage. Despite Big closing the gap and getting closer, the time is dwindling.
Great movement together as well. Apex, ZywOo gets back up. Apex cleared long for him, and he knew he could cross back over and reset his aim. He couldn't afford to go that direction without having a rifle to cover off long. So by doing that, he just absolutely styles on the A site. 10-3.
He can't believe it. He's shaking his head in disbelief as he pulls off these
doing
plays.
Another interview, that's all.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, my God. It's not even fair.
He's got 25. Predictions for a 30-bomb first half.
I'll take it. I'll take that bet. 5 kills in 2 rounds. Let's see if he can do it. They have been consistently challenging him on A over and over.
Not this time. You say that. They were forced off by a can of flames.
Can't get that at your grocery store.
No, but you can get a can of spicy tuna, and my God, they're good. Apex to Gob B inside middle. That opens things up again in favor of the French. Zantares in on his own this time. Let's see if that aim prevails. It should. Alex, he's overcommitted, backing off. Zantares is there far too soon, but doesn't actually go far enough. Smoke down. ZywOo wants back into position. Alex will be lost, but gaining a kill by way of Tizian team killing Zantares. Not what they need right now. So far, ZywOo yet to find one in this round, but as soon as I say it, a tap with the CZ at that range will get him number 26. And Apex will find Tizian to make it 11-3.
Okay, look,
I heard the Chinese commentators just laugh, by the way. They didn't even hype that play up. They just started laughing when ZywOo hit that shot.
I mean, even if he doesn't get 30 at this point, we got to round up just for the sake of style points with that one. Like, that's such an... The players turned with his attention on long doors. It's such an easy time to just switch over to the op and you know, ensure your kill. But no, ZywOo knows he has them. Once you're in this man's crosshair, you are going to die. Or at least so it seems here on dust2. Hell of a game for ZywOo at the moment. The one-man show. You know, we hyped out how the other pieces of Vitality were coming together, that the team play looks good, that the individuals shine in certain rounds, but that's not even needed here. You know, that's their fallback. If ZywOo can't be the one-man show, then you need an NBK or Apex ace. 15 round deep on dust2. We haven't even had to dig that deep. Vitality just going to go into a nice spread default in the 15th and final round of the first half. Alex pushed back from mid doors yet again. But it is a casualty on the B site. That's NBK deleted, and so is Apex. Hell of a headshot collection going for Gob B, but Alex looks to be one better. Can't manage that third kill. It's Tabson who bests him and upgrades into the AUG as he goes for the bomb plant. Now there's a flank off catwalk that should screw over CT spawn.
Well, you could be right on that. I think it will be. Yeah, absolutely. That should be a kill instantly on ZywOo, so he won't get his third round half. I've jinxed him, but Zantares does go down. RPK has it all to play for. Has a kit. Smoke, but they pushed. They knew where he was. They didn't want to give him a chance. Fourth round for Big gives them, speaking of chances, a slim one, a very slim one that they can try and convert. Oh, goodness. Those are some deathly looking eyes.
Yeah, that's what your face looks like when you boot up a server versus ZywOo.
My face or just in
a face?
A general? Okay.
Yeah, I was using you as an example because you're in front of me.
I thought you were trying to throw more jabs than McGregor.
Nope.
Connor.
Nope. You know, I feel like the rise of Connor as a name has helped me in a way.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because as a kid, it used to always be John Connor. That was all I ever got, you know? Oh, Connor? It was always Terminator references. Now we've got Connor McDavid. We've got Connor McGregor.
What about Sean Connery?
I'm not fancy enough.
Right.
But I feel like you really want to make that one work.
Yeah.
So I'll give you some leeway. You get the green light on that one.
Okay. All right. Cool. I like green lights. Yeah. I feel like Matthew is a name that's being phased out of. It was very popular within my generation.
Yeah, there's a
but
lot
I
of
am
you.
not the current generation.
No, everyone knows a Matthew.
Yeah, but they're all like 20 to 30, maybe 35.
Yep.
And pretty soon it'll be your grandfather's name.
See, the thing is now people are screwing with the spelling. Okay, Connor, spelled Konor.
Oh, get out of here, you hipsters.
That's what I'm saying.
All you're doing is like confusing your kid's friends, and all of his birthday cards will be spelled wrong. And he will forever feel offended because you decided to be a hipster with his name.
They've spoiled something great like Tizian will hope to do in the pistol because it's just a straight-up B push. And he's going to tap away into ZywOo first. The biggest threat is down. Is there a threat at all with the remainder of Vitality? Seems so. RPK, NBK. Between the two, take 3.
Good peek. Good timing. Good information. MBK had to make sure that he knew exactly where and when they were going to arrive from tunnels because inevitably they were nearly a lineup for the 5-7 to fire into, and now it's all on Nex. This could be number 11 for Vitality, making it their second pistol in this game, tying us at 2-2 on the pistols as well, just to make note. As Nex gets in, though, manages to get behind the box. That causes a bit of evasion. Nearly gave him a one-on-one chance toward the backside of the platform, but it wasn't to be, and RPK finds it to make it 12-4.
Yeah, good job there by Alex, just kind of shoulder peeking, baiting him inwards. Had a chance at those headshots, but it just wasn't going to happen. So Vitality, they bombard and barrage their way into the B site, taking that 12th round, like you said, taking the second pistol. So, I mean, if they needed anything else coming off of Overpass, you would have said a couple pistol wins would help. And now look at the difference in score. Just too much to handle. And this starts to make you worry about Big. I mean, in terms of a project, like, you know, they had some great runs in the previous year. You know, it was hype coming in off of their previous legend status. That's all now out the window. And if we keep getting these lackluster runs at events like this where they have been given a chance to showcase some skill, could be rocky waters ahead. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves because right now we still have a chance for Big. Not in this one. And probably not in this series either.
Ooh. Okay. More laughter from the Chinese commentators. They love the ZywOo. They're just laughing because he's having his way with everyone. That's pretty spectacular. Doesn't hit the jump, doesn't even go for it, just waits for him to land and just takes his head off. He, in turn, will have his removed, but that will signal the call to go toward B. Should now make this a 13-4 half. Alex will just hold off anyone rotating back, buy further time and space for them to plant the bomb. So twice they win the pistol, twice they convert that into an additional round. That was something Big failed to do in one of their 2 pistols. The first one, in fact, if you want to know.
Even when ZywOo dies, he wins the round because he sees 3 bodies, calls that immediate B hit, and Vitality no longer have to deal with that non-really existent threat of pistols, but they're still there.
It's the information, right?
Yeah.
You want to slow it down. You want to play the information. You don't want to run into any stacks. Don't want to give yourself up. And even if you do, you want to make sure you do it with some sort of execution instead of just blindly going for it. So, yeah, I mean, you're right. He sees 3 pistols, then kind of lose the element of surprise. Got the kill. That's all they get. Next will carry over the scout. But it is 3 rounds to go for Vitality, and Vitality will find themselves in the winner's column, bracket, group,
It kind of looks like a
portion, whatever it is.
Can we put the scoreboard down and look at that picture again? Because it kind of looks like a white launders. I've never seen this graffiti. I don't know where it is, but I would like to revisit it.
Oh, that's too bad. A white launders.
Yeah.
Does he have the blonde hair? I noticed he re-dyed his.
He did. It was his roots were growing out.
I just shaved mine. I said enough is enough.
Yeah, but for some reason he chooses to do it.
Yeah,
you know, you had a good reason.
Sure, and I think I probably could have looked this similar to him right now with the shaved sides, dark again, the blonde, and I just said, you know what? I don't like looking like a hedgehog. So, shaved it.
I'm waiting for Mohan to bring back the big gold chain. You know, he
right.
busted that out at ECS, and it's yet to be seen again. So,
he had to give it back to his friend.
Yeah, it was definitely borrowed. I mean, we probably make the same amount of money, so I don't know where he's buying chains.
It's that boxer stuff.
Yeah.
I got one of their shirts, bro.
Yeah, it's my closet that bought him that chain. You're right. Here comes the pinch, though. Matt, it's going to be a big one. Down towards mid comes Vitality in numbers. And they get cut down as well. At least one and done. Traded back and forth, but it's Xanteras. And ZywOo, of course, to get the best of it all. Next, sandwiched. Had no chance at getting out of there. You know, you get this initial engagement, this initial trade train that makes the round seem close, but who's the instrumental difference maker? It's ZywOo with the 3K. Everybody else gets one, and it's ZywOo with the multi-frag, so he does it.
He gets number 30.
He's gone and done it.
That's, yeah. That's significant. The next best on his team is on 14.
Damn.
The next best of the server's Tabson on 15. He is double everybody.
So ZywOo's 30, and you said you're 30 tomorrow or the day after?
Technically today in Shanghai.
So
Technically,
right now.
An hour and 2 minutes ago in Shanghai. Actually, technically, Shanghai time. My birthday's 1:11 a.m., but that's Atlantic time zone, so I don't know the math there.
Well, happy freaking birthday, man.
Yeah.
What a pleasure
Thanks,
it is
man.
to be here with you.
11 hours and 9 minutes from now.
All right.
For those of you playing along at home.
Well, now you're getting too picky, okay? Take your happy birthday, Matt.
The reason I know this is... oh, wait, no, sorry. I lied. I'm doing it backwards. It's actually 23 hours and 9 minutes. I'm 1:11 p.m., not a.m.
Oh, well, then there's no reason to be excited.
I have both clocks right now because we're p.m. here, but it's other way around. We're a.m. here, it's p.m. at home. MBK takes out next. Let's get back to the game, Connor. God, you're getting us off topic so much.
You're making it about you.
I look every day at the clock at 1:11. That's why I know that.
Oh, poor guy. Even has a bit of positioning, but he's caught. They take him down from the low road. Tabson takes them on the cross, though.
He will, but it's desperate measures at this point in time because map point looms and they've already got the B site. That is impossible to retake. They have an AWP. MP9's not really going to give them much, but better than nothing. They have to concede this. So good luck with the overtime point conceded. Take them 11 tries to get back into it.
Listen, it's only 11 map and match points.
Yeah, that's, you know what? If you're playing against Team Liquid, that's not a big deal.
Who are not in attendance.
Yeah, I know.
Neither is Astralis. So somebody else gets to win this weekend.
That means Ents is technically the favorite.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, they are technically the favorite of this event, according to the HLTV ratings. I will say that you still have to throw Na'Vi at them and see how that plays out. And, of course, FaZe. FaZe, you can almost see how it goes with them.
But Na'Vi lost to Vici, so...
Sure, and rough start. Look, no one saw it coming, but when was the... how many times in the history of Na'Vi have we seen them lose the opening game of a tournament and still make it to top 4, right?
You're absolutely right.
So I'm not too worried about that.
They can be beaten, but not broken.
They can be pretty broken at times too. But yeah, I get the point you're making. I agree with that. For them, it's just always slow starts. It's always slow starts. And you see them play the first game of the tournament, and it's like they haven't played in months. Nice nade. Good touchdown. That's exactly what Big needs to start off this round. Meanwhile, though, working out from middle, it's Apex. Had 3 to fire at 3 CT. Couldn't get it done. And this round might be in favor of Big finally as well. This would be their first of the second half.
Oh, my goodness. Not even a chance for Alex. Tabson CT peak and got B there one after. So it is no longer 11 map and match points, but 10 instead. Every great comeback starts with one round. But I'm not, for a moment, going to entertain the thought that Big are actually going to do this.
Yeah, Henry and I usually have a rule, you can allude to it, but you can't really get serious about it until they hit 10 rounds.
That's fair.
When they hit double digits, and even that's compromised now with the new money system, so keep an eye on how that plays in Panders. Apex, oh dear. Fully blind, and Nex is already there. Tried to avenge him, NBK just walked out, gave himself up. Further damage done as Alex goes down. Now we've got Big on the server.
Yeah, but I feel like we also have Vitality letting off the... Well, I won't say gas pedal, because what they've done in the last 2 rounds is just go for these aggressions.
Stepped on the gas
pedal.
Yeah,
they've kind of, you know...
Take it out of cruise control.
Yeah.
Try and drive it yourself.
They've turned off the brain and pushed themselves forward. So yeah, all right. We get the B rush that gets shut down with the grenade, an excellent headshot from Tizian. We get the long push that could have gone their way, seeing as the CTs were flashed, but as were Vitality. You know, so it's only a matter of time. The same way that Big did the exact same thing to get their first T round, right? You just go ultra passive. Sit inside the tunnels, sit to the top of mid, wait to see what Big eventually throw your way. That's where we're going to have to get if Vitality want to close this game. They were hoping that a rush would get it done, but let's be real, Big are no slouches.
Not at all. 5-on-2. They're going to give it a crack. 37 seconds. ZywOo the key. Next gives himself up. He's on the ramp. They've already gone by the smoke. Tagged low. But now, if they tunnel vision onto him, Batesin's on Terrace perfectly. And ZywOo's got nothing he can do at that point in time. 15-6, 2 in a row for Big. No guns. No guns on Team Vitality's side. They could actually go for a pistol force here if they wanted. RPK, MBK, they can both drop, get some armor on everybody.
Give me a scout in there, RPK.
Scoot?
Yeah.
Is there scoots?
Just scoot a boot.
All fell apart at long pretty quickly that time, really. Next got their flashes over, and he managed to win it. There was a lot of utility that seemed almost to the detriment of the cave. Deep smoke, deep Molotov, they were forced out. Won the battle for them. Next is going to continue at this round as well. ZywOo down. Down already. Oh my goodness, everyone is. Tabson, AWP finds Alex through the door. Actually, it was clean. It didn't even go through the edge of the door. Next gets the next shot onto Apex. And the final kill.
1 health.
You can't blame me for trying, all right? Like I was going to say is going to come in, but 1 HP, NBK will survive. I think we're prolonging the inevitable.
Yeah, Big sprawled out on the deathbed. 1 health. 1 health and nothing more. From 11 map points to now 8. First 3 relatively easy. We had 2 just full-fledged rushes, and then obviously pistols in the last. But now we have the buyback. And RPK with plenty of funds to purchase up the op will do so. ZywOo looking to crack past 30.
Yeah, he's been stagnant on that for a while, hasn't he? Oh. Maybe that's the problem. Because we've got 2 players on 20 now, Tabson and Nex. I've cut the lead in half. ZywOo is going to be hoping his teammates can help him out. Just 1 more round. Maybe it'll be this one. They've got guns again.
Yeah, they aren't shying off either. A little bit of interest in the upper B tons. They'll go for the push off of the frag grenade. You could see NBK hesitant when that frag exploded, checked his back, but didn't catch them. And now they're actually inside the tunnels. He's going to go upwards to check. Sure enough, caught off. Nice positioning there by Big. They take that map control. They do not shy away and simply hold the sights. No, they play proactive, and it pays off perfectly.
This is what they should have been doing so much sooner. Getting map control, changing it up, double push to tunnels. Yeah, Vitality's just not ready for it. They're getting caught off now, and again, we find ourselves another 5-on-2. Money not enough.
I like this because, I mean, you know, the big strategy to win the first 2 rounds of this CT side were simply just use your grenades to hold back the pushes. And like we talked about, Vitality were going to go into a slower pace. They were going to go into a textbook form of Counter-Strike. And the moment they did that, Big, instead of allowing that space, just took it all back. They themselves run the risk and push things forward. But by pushing the pace, they've taken the round, you'd think. It is just ZywOo, and he's got 2, but only 3 HP.
3 HP might be enough for this guy sometimes. Fakes out the plant, tries to bait the room for the window, manages somehow not to get tagged through the box. Now knows he's got a little bit of space. He's going to commit to the bomb plant at the very least. Try and get further money for his teammates, but couldn't find it through the doors. Even if he did, he was lined up from tunnels either way. And now we find ourselves with 8 for Big. Connor, we can start to get a little bit fascinated by perhaps this approach.
I'm interested.
Intrigued.
I am. I think the you know one of the most crucial things that had to happen, which has, is Nex and Tabson both having 20 kills. Right, we've got some kind of activation in the frag department for Big because it was so lackluster when ZywOo was going 1 above. But he's cooled off, and they have taken that opportunity with both hands. They've seized the moment. They've stolen the rounds. But this is always the classic situation. You know, you build it back piece by piece. Big give you something to talk about round after round. And then out of nowhere, all it's going to take is some ridiculous, Apex 4K entry like we saw in Overpass, NBK 3K entry, the same on that map. This is what I was talking about with the depths of Vitality. Like, ZywOo is that pillar, but who is going to be the killer? Could be any of the other 4.
Just want to point out the combined Big have 69 kills right now.
I see.
I didn't point it out for any particular reason, Connor.
This is normally when Launders would say, giggity, and since he's not here with me, I feel the need to do it myself.
He's probably saying it in the hotel room right now.
Yeah, he's probably watching. He's.
Oh, I don't think he's watching. He's just probably saying it in the hotel room right now.
No, he's watching. He's envious because you're sat here next to me instead.
It's one Canadian for the next. He'll be all right. We're all friends. So pistols again. Pistols only. 3 inside of B this time. For Big, perhaps expecting a little bit more of a rush. This gives an opportunity because if Goppy misses any shots here, if he gets taken down, they get a bomb plant on this. It's retake time, and that's not an easy task. That nade certainly will make it a little easier, though. Great damage onto RPK. Does damage onto 4 in total, and he's waiting. Closer still they gain. Smoke in the corner. If that AK goes down to the car as well, we could have a problem. Goppy's on 2. He's had to run away from it, and they're both gone. Apex and MBK get the kills back. Now they've got the AKs to hold, and the bomb is planted. The retake is on.
Yeah, and it's going to be really hard for Nex to find any kind of footing. NBK already just looms above him. The question is, do the 2 catwalk players that could potentially come from behind Nathan offset his attention? We could have Vitality just hold those players back. ZywOo's scope from Goose is definitely holding back the cat push, so it's going to be Nex slain by NBK the moment he works forward.
He knows he's got a Molotov to his left, though. He doesn't need to look out a catwalk yet. In fact, was one better. Kill to drop,
Done.
And it's closed. ZywOo with 2, and what a way to go. 2 players on A. They had 3 in B against the Pistols, and as soon as the op was lost and overwhelmed, the corner smoke, great execution. It's the series to Vitality.
Yeah, that smoke close left, Gabi throws down himself, just tries to open up his ability to, lock down over boxes. Never happens. They swarm so quickly. And then I feel like Zentera is coming back from long A. He was a little caught off guard by the fact that Alex, who had jumped down towards CT spawn, had thrown his own smoke towards CT cross, which just, gave them that wiggle room for pistol players to play around close smoke. It enables the overwhelming of the A-bomb site, and that's why you don't get overexcited when you have the comebacks starting to happen, because all it takes is 5 pistols.
I still need to dig into some of the economy stuff right now and whatnot, but yeah, it still shows we're getting the eco rounds when required. Yeah. They still seem to have a similar impact, and you can be a little bit more aggressive, I think, when you're on the CT side. But again, I got to look. We need a bigger sample pool, or at least I do. But absolutely credit given to the smokes more than the pistols. The smokes are what won that last round for me. You put down that corner smoke, as soon as the op's overwhelmed, you then drop. Godby's in a world of confusion.
Yeah. I mean,
and
even when
they just turn right, boom, 2 pistols on an AK spread out like 90 degrees apart, done. There's nothing they can do.
Roasted. Toasted and finished. We're going to go ahead and throw this one away, though, folks. We're done here, Matt and I. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
ZywOo, more like Zygod. This guy rocking 139 ADR here and bolstering well over 30 frags, doing his part in what was Vitality's victory here over Big Clan. Guys, we need to dissect this one a little bit more in depth than that. Obviously, ZywOo having the impact he had, but what else went right here for the French squad?
I mean, they were playing big. That helps.
It kind of does help.
Like we said before, one of the win conditions for big is, like, in theory, you might have the more skilled lineup on paper, but that's not going to happen if Xantares has 10 kills and gets 16 kills on the first map and just doesn't show up in the game. Tapson does what he can, but he can't have insane impact. All of a sudden, they look like quite a weak team when the players play like that.
No, definitely. Also, I think ZywOo having such a huge game is kind of a testament to the limits of the tactics of Big, right? Because an AWPer, like Device, for example, on the A side, you know that if the flash is missing, if the timing is off, you're not picking up the good time, you're going to get punished. And I feel that was the case for ZywOo. He just had too easy of a time picking them up one by one, playing either on the car or the bomb side, rotating left and right. So against that type of AWPer that's not going to miss you, you need utilities, and it needs to be perfect. And they really paid the price on that CT Alpha.
And this is actually a game that's a good example as well of what makes ZywOo an insane player. Because, yeah, you're going to see highlights where he kills everyone with the AWP. That's expected. We know he's like a talented player, but probably the most underrated aspect of him. It's the reason why so many people, when he was coming up as a player, were actually accusing him of cheating, is that he has mad game sense. Like, somehow, for such a young player and an inexperienced player, he's always positioned correctly. You see the way he repositions when he's in a clutch round scenario. Like, the guy just somehow knows the game, despite like he can't know the game. He hasn't played at the pro level long enough.
No, that's the thing, right? He must have some sort of feeling for it. Definitely, like whatever situation is in, I feel like he makes the most of it. Obviously, sometimes he just loses because there's too many opponents around you. There's no way for you to go. You can only get one and get traded. That can happen. But he always makes the most of it.
I mean, he's finding just enough flashiness to combine himself with the impact that he's having in the game here to really push Vitality to that finish line. We saw all the frags he's getting. Duncan, you talked about all the AWP kills. Here's an example of it again. This is a guy that is able to find himself in these situations and capitalize, and that's the most important part.
Just that example right here, right? He gets the first entry frag onto the catwalk guy and then instantly realizes, wait a minute, the next risk for me is the long push.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to do because, there's flashes coming up. The first guy he knows there are other people behind him, so he could have, get baited by that and just focus on catwalk, getting killed from long. But no, he realizes, gets the cat, then long, then focus back onto catwalk, repositions. So that's one of the example of good decisions he makes.
The only thing is, though, I do have to say, like, I'm not going to flame Vitality much. They won the game. They were convincingly the better team. But, like, the fact that they took so long to close the game out, if your players get like 30 kills and a half almost, this shouldn't be a very long game. This shouldn't be one that the other team's coming back into. They've got chances to win. You saw, I mean, the classic example was part of his 30 kills was he had that one round where he got like 2 or 3 kills and he left Nex in a 1v2. That is almost unwinnable if the two teammates play off each other properly, and somehow they managed to mess it up and whiff it. So I don't know what went wrong there. Still some problems in Vitality, but if Zero can play like this, anything's possible.
That it is, and I think in that instance what you're talking about is when he's trying to escape through catwalk on the smoke. Didn't end up planning, but it did get that last kill through the smoke, which did ultimately win the round there for Big, but not the matchup. You can see as the kills have loaded on the screen, ZywOo is nothing short of, well, a miracle.
That's pretty good performance, right? I think that's a good way to put it.
I think that's what the numbers do say.
It is a little bit worrying for Big. Not the fact that you lost the first game, okay, that's one thing. Sure. You might have a bad game, but it's just how it happened. The fact that individually speaking, they just showed up at different times. Centaurus has been a little bit disappointing. The strat book overall wasn't that impressive, so I worry a little bit for them.
Well, I'm a little worried too, just to see how it all kind of comes together furthermore for this Vitality lineup in the tournament. But in the meantime, we're going to talk to one gentleman over there on their side by the name of Apex, and he is standing down there with Frankie. Let's check in with them.
General. Let's talk about Zero as well. Hello. Thank you for waiting. I am so excited to talk to you, Apex. How was that match for you?
Well, pretty good overall. No, like we play well, so I'm okay right now.
Yeah, you played well. Let's talk about Zero though. He is an absolute monster. Do you not get jealous of all those frags he's taking?
Well, a little bit sometimes, but when he out carry like that, it's fine, I guess. He's like so good individually. He didn't play like his best at the major, and now I know he needs like big event like that to grow up as a player, and that's what he did right now. So I'm pretty happy about him, and I hope it's gonna continue in this way.
And in terms of preparation, are you essentially forming around ZywOo at the moment?
What did you say, sorry?
So when you're preparing, because you do have ZywOo in the team, are you structuring yourselves around the way he's going to play?
Well, not at all. We put him in a great condition, but we don't put our game around him. Like he has the best role he can have. He can do like great things all the time. So, but we don't do the game around him. We just like put him in the best condition.
Now, in an interview we saw with our Chinese interviewer Mito earlier, Nathan said that you guys didn't really plan for Big. You didn't know what to expect, and yet you went in and you clearly looked like you had a game plan. So was he lying to us?
Well, we knew the map we played, actually. We knew that it would be like either Cash or dust2 for them and overpass for us. We started pretty bad on the first game, but overall we played great CS. We knew what they were doing, like tactically, and yeah, we countered them pretty well, so I'm happy for that.
I know you must have been a bit disappointed not to make the top 8 of the major, but you are getting invites to lands like this, so what's that like?
Well, it was a last-minute invite, so that was pretty tough to prepare. Like, we didn't prepare for this event, actually. We just, like, last-minute invite, so we just did our best to be ready here. But yeah, it feels good. Like, the major was disappointed for us, but for 2 of our players, it was, like, their first major. So it's for me, major is different than other event, and we could feel the pressure. There, we came prepared overall, but like with well less pressure. Like now we know what's big event, and we want to play this big event all the time. So no, I hope we're ready.
And you must know you've got Ents tomorrow. You feeling the pressure for that match?
Well, Ents has been incredible the last few months. I know they're pretty good, but like if you want to be at the top, you don't be be scared of anyone. So I'm not scared of them. It's just gonna be a great game, I hope, and yeah, that's it.
Well, if they've got their head screwed on, and knowing Ents they definitely do, they're going to be very scared of ZywOo tomorrow. So thank you so much for talking to me, FX. And let's head back to Dust to break that one down.
Thank you very much, Franker Z. That's right, Apex coming in hot right there with some knowledge bombs. Really kind of want to center around some of the things he was saying within the team play of Vitality and how they're working with and around ZywOo. What do you got, Duncan?
This is a classic example when players do this, right? They're throwing me the alley-oop, and then they wonder why I do the 360 monster space jam slam in their face. It's like, on the one hand, right, you've just had a game where one dude, as you say, yes, Ardkari is a good player. When someone does that, right, what you want to do when she asks you the question, do you just play around him then? The clever answer would be to say, yes. What we do is we give ZywOo all the resources. You know, we're very much monitoring all that he's doing. We're setting him up for those kills. We're telling him people are coming. Instead, he basically admits, like, no, we give him, good spots, but he just plays and we play the game. So it's like, so basically he kills everyone, and what were you doing? You were just watching or something. Like, you were doing your job very well. So even though I know what he means, he doesn't want people to give too much credit to ZywOo there. I kind of get that. It does also, in some ways, highlight that Vitality as an overall team, they still have some flaws, because where were some of the other players? They had okay games, but if this guy does even 10 less kills, it's a very different match.
I mean, there is a massive disparity in the numbers right here. And, we could just go through them. Not necessary at all. What we will do is go through some of the numbers of today's results, because that does round out the entirety of day one here of StarSeries Season 7. I would let you guys walk us through the park here, but I think I'll just pick up on some of the more surprising results. I think the one that right off the top is going to have to be the one where Vici over Navi 2-1. And if my memory serves me correctly, it was a rather convincing fashion.
I think the third map was pretty clear.
I think it was like 16-7
was the
or
first
something.
map. So the two maps that actually Vici won was pretty clear, which is even more surprising, I would say, threatening for Navi, right? So definitely an upset.
Especially when you consider, Maniac, Cash is getting removed, right?
Yeah.
So I know it's not this tournament, but Navi, you hope, is going to they should be in their prime form at the next tournament. Whenever Cash is gone, no permaban. They're looking at the worst we've ever seen of this lineup, you could argue.
And we cannot deny the fact that there was, in fact, a 16-0 today. We got to see that. Well, I mean, we didn't necessarily get to see it from, this perspective, but there was certainly a 16-0, and it was NRG that delivered it to North. The Danes taking a big ol' L, but they weren't alone. There were quite a few L's sparingly put across the board. We're going to take a look at what the matches look like tomorrow, because round 2 will kick off a best of 3s again here for the Swiss system. This is what it all kind of looks like. Now, Duncan, starting from the tip top of this crop, walk me through it.
I mean, here's the thing. On paper, you think about big names. North versus NIP. You think that's going to be a marquee matchup. But actually, to be honest, after today, I think North's going to take longer to forget that L than Light Yagami in Death Note. Anyway, first game's Pain versus T-Spirit. Not really a big blockbuster, but fair enough. One of those has gotten lucky on the draw. Someone's going to get a win. Both teams can't lose, believe it or not. Tyloo versus Panda, domestic matchup there. Remember, some of the Panda guys, formerly of CyberZen, used to be a classic matchup. Can't tell you all the others, so I'll just go with the ones on screen. Na'Vi playing big. Both teams in pretty bad form. This was, remember, the final of ESL Cologne last year.
What about
Both
Renegades MIBR rematch from the major?
That's exciting, because I have to tell you, I was one of the people that had Renegades picked to win that matchup. I thought they have a great map pool, they're doing great vetoes. MIBR, they hadn't actually shown as much at that point in time. That ended up being one of their best matches of the major. Then they've come back. They've looked pretty bad since then. So I think actually MIBR is the one that's got pressure on them there.
And it's a very good opportunity for Renegades to prove that the major run wasn't a fluke and that they actually have to be considered a top team at the moment. They have, I think this tournament is a great format to do it, like a lot of best of 3s, even a best of 5 in the final. So definitely a best of 3 I'm going to look forward. And Ents versus Vitality. That's going to be also an interesting one.
But now that the Ents soundtrack is in the game, I don't know. Everything has gone upside down. Pandemonium and Chaos will continue here for StarSeries day number 2, but first we have to catch some Z's. It's after 1 a.m. here in China, and with that note, we're going to be leaving you for your own devices. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.